What is going on, everybody? Is Alex coming back at you with another video. And today we're going to be doing a mock the mock of the brand new mock draft that popped up on TDN. It came out on the 27th, and surprisingly, it is the 27th. So apparently, Sunday is a new mock day for them because I was going to make a new mock for you guys, but honestly, I wanted to spend a little bit more time on that for you guys. So if you guys do like this type of stuff, guys are new, feel free to stick around. We've been booming lately, and I really appreciate you guys for making that possible. Took a couple of days break because, well, I'll tell you a long story while we go in the middle of the mock draft. Don't need to bore you out in the beginning, but bottom line, screw the DMV. Let's go right into this mock. Okay. Yeah. Y'all are vibing already. Let's go. Let's see the number one pick. It's Aiden Hutchinson. I don't know why they have that as a clickbait title when their thumbnail has KT at number two. Because obviously, if he wasn't number one, he'd be number two. Uh, just clickbait. We're in that season, everybody. But yeah, Aiden Hutchinson should be the number one pick. Franchise tagging Cam Robinson at left tackle kind of telegraphs the move that they're trying to at least show that they have something right now. Personally, I would still want to go after someone like Evan Neal, but I do understand Jawan Taylor, Walker Little, and Cam Robinson. That's a pretty good core to have. You don't really need to force a pick for that one. Aiden Hutchinson is probably the best player in the class. I don't really think so. I still have him great as my number three player. So don't come at me. Don't come at me. He's tied with Kyle Hamilton as number two, and I have Sauce Gardner at number one. Might as well spoil it. I love Sauce, but that is for when Sauce gets picked. Let's go to the next pick because yeah, Aiden Hutchinson. People do say that, like me, he has a very high floor and a lower ceiling. When I say a lower ceiling, that's just because I don't think he'll get past Nick Bosa. Okay, the phrase lower ceiling is super loose in this term. I think his floor is Trey Hendrickson, who's an absolute mauler, and he's been a very big impact on the team that was in the Super Bowl last year that should not have been. So yeah, like Aiden Hutchinson is going to be a really good contributor every single year that he plays. I think he's going to be a phenomenal, outstanding athlete. So yeah, I mean, he's already tested phenomenally. I think he's going to be an A+ pick regardless. Even though I'm an offensive line guy, I do know defensive line is also another way to set the tone. Number two, line's going KT. At this point, I just don't believe that Dan Campbell is going to be into that. But again, I would be in full support of this. KT represent Oaks Christian, baby. But yeah, I mean, I love KT, and I think he's a phenomenal prospect. That motor concerns, again, I'll just quickly re-explain it right now. When you are pretty much the number one pick high school, number one pick in college, and your team is doing crap, doing extra effort isn't really going to get you much more. There's not going to be much of a return on your investment, except, well, now this might have been the year to not take a couple plays off because then he could have been the number one pick rather than possibly down to 9. But even if you lose a couple $1 million here and there, I already know KT is a brilliant strategist. He's an entrepreneurial mindset. The guy's going to be fine. So I think the Lions could take KT. I think that would be a wise move. It's a really tough spot. If I were the Lions, I would try to trade out maybe with a team that is desperate for a quarterback. I don't think Malik Willis will garner a number 2 pick, but I might have a what if mock draft because, again, we're in the mock draft season where there's nothing new going on. Most of the big stuff has already happened. So I think that would be pretty fun. Regardless, I still think KT is a phenomenal athlete, and I just honestly, there's not really much else you can do. Kyle Hamilton is a good pick, but I don't know. I'm just not fine with it. Texans going Evan Neal here. That's the best pick that you can do for the franchise. I still think that potentially you could go after Icky so he can play guard in the short run. And it was 100% my fault. The last video I did on I did my Tyreek Hill post mock draft, and I misquoted what I was talking about for Kenyon Green. And that was because I tweeted about it earlier. You guys can check that out. Link down in the description below. But I accidentally put that and put Titus Howard and mixed the two up. Yeah, Titus played right tackle for the first 2-ish years, and then he moved to left guard. He apparently really likes being next to Tunsil. So that right tackle spot's still open. So Evan Neal, if that is the case, if Howard really wants to play that left guard spot, Evan Neal will be able to step in and play right tackle, be an absolute mauler. Love him. He was my number one player since the beginning. And actually, hold up. Okay, I was wrong. I said Kyle Hamilton was my number 2. Evan Neal is, then it's Aiden Hutchinson, then it's Kyle Hamilton in terms of my grading scale, and then it was Tyler Linderbaum. Regardless, you guys don't need to get into that. We'll be doing all that in soon time. Number 4, just getting Icky Ekwonu. So my only issue with this pick is that I tried to discuss this with somebody, and they obviously didn't understand how to communicate English. But at number 4, your player is going to need to start. they're pretty confident as it is right now with Fant, but Icky just figured it out at left tackle. Granted, if there are rumors that you could be moving on from Mekhi Becton, this is an A plus pick. I don't know why I didn't say A plus 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 plus. You guys know what I mean. Regardless, I just don't know if Ekem's ready to play day one at right tackle. And you're in New York. The pressure is real on the coaches, on the staff, on the corporate side. Like everybody needs this pick to work. And if you get Ikem Ekwonu and he isn't able to start right away, that's going to cause a lot of concern because everybody's like, dude, you need to make instant impacts on this offense for Zach Wilson. I'm fine with it. I don't care. If this is a completely what I would do mock draft, absolutely sit Ikem Ekwonu's ass for a year and then have him come up with George Fant's contracts done, have him be mentored, have him be ready to kick ass day one. 100%. I'm just saying, in reality, New York market is ridiculous. And if Kem can't start, that's going to be a bit of a concern. Number 5, the Giants gained Travon Walker. I think it seems it's pretty penciled in that Travon Walker is going to be going by pick 7. But I don't know. I think pick 9 is a good floor. Him and KT are kind of like interchangeable right there. The guy is outstanding. He really is. He graded out very well for me in the beginning, but he's still super raw. And when people think that he's going to come in and be a starter day one, like you're really hopeful that he's going to be an impactful starter day one because he didn't really produce that much. Again, really loaded Georgia line. Still think he's a phenomenal athlete though. And again, on the Giants, you have Wink Martindale there from the Baltimore Ravens, who just made Odafe Owe, which we were saying the exact same thing last year about, and made him into a superstar. So I still think Giants Travon Walker is an absolute big A+ move. I'm a big fan of it. 6, Panthers going Charles Cross here. The only issue actually I had with this, I forgot to say it. It's a little early and the Giants need an offensive tackle, which Charles Cross was the only one left on the board. So I think you could have went Travon Walker at 7. I don't really know the need to take him here, but yeah. So I guess it's like more of like an A- move just because of, again, you're losing Charles Cross. The hell, man. Which, by the way, I think the Panthers would be, and it would be great for them to go Charles Cross. I still think Malik Willis would be a better move because honestly, you just need to try to improve the most wins above replacement position on the field, which is quarterback. And Malik Willis is the only one who can actually do that for you. But yeah, then number 7, oh, no, I mean, this is such a Dable move, but like, yeah, I'm not a fan of Trevor Penning. I just released my offensive line ranking, so you guys can check that one out. And, I put Trevor Penning at a 61.25 overall grade. He's not ready to play. And you guys saw that. Well, they'll probably put out some type of propaganda type stuff on YouTube trying to say how good Trevor Penning was. I had media access, so I got to watch every single rep. He looked like complete dog shit. Sorry for the rated R comment right there, but he was absolute crap. Like the cheeks were fully visible. Like it was awful, absolutely terrible. And people think he's like the best thing ever. He's the best thing since sliced bread, and he's not. He can be, but this is a team that needs an instant impact at right tackle. Why not just have Matt Peart there if you're going to be sticking someone who can't start in to start immediately at a position he has not played within at least the last year. So that one's, I'm not going to quote myself on that one. But speaking of irritation, I've been gone for a couple of days, and I'm going to tell you why. Your boy went to the DMV. So in Texas, it takes like 3 months to get, or 3 to 5 months to get an actual, like, you can go in there and get an appointment, right? These bastards did not take my forms of identification. I wasted 4.5 hours of my life driving all the way out to be able to get pretty much the middle finger in my face. Killing me. And I know probably y'all have done that too. Like y'all have probably been to the DMV and they've just totally been complete douchebags to you. So yeah, that's really why I've been in hell. But I haven't tried to take like a fun vacation. I like to make videos for you guys, so I felt a bit guilty, but honestly, I wanted to make sure I didn't rush anything. This is a fun video that I can do on a heavy work day. But yeah, we'll continue. I digress. Falcons getting Garrett Wilson here, I think, is a phenomenal option. They do need a wide receiver more than even a quarterback. I still would do that. Honestly, Malik Willis is here. I'd probably take Malik over Garrett because at that point you can sit Malik so he doesn't have to deal with a crap wide receiver core. You can give him a year and just pretty much let Marcus Mariota take all the brutalizing injuries. Number 9, Seahawks going Sauce Gardner. I love it. I say he's a better version of Richard Sherman, and well, they just got their better version of Richard Sherman. Pretty good fit right there, right? Just getting Drake London, do that myself. I think that's a phenomenal move. Can play in the slot or he can play on the boundary. and he's going to be great for Zach Wilson to just throw it up to. Number 11, Kyle Hamilton to Washington. He keeps falling. I think that's a little bit unwarranted personally. The guy is still phenomenal, and I've been somebody who I am not his biggest fanboy. PFF is riding him hard, and I still think he's a phenomenal athlete, but he definitely, when you look at the play speed, it still is 4.59. When you really look at it, you can see that it's 4.59. That's a big issue. But I mean, he still is smart enough. He reacts quick enough. And honestly, I think that's able to mitigate that type of speed differential. I still think he's a phenomenal athlete. And at number 11, the Washington Commanders would be absolutely blessed to have him on the board. That would be a triple A+ move. It would remind me a lot of how Derwin James fell to number 17. If I was going Jermaine Johnson, I think that would have been a great move if they did not just bring on Zadarius Smith. And again, this is made today. Nope. I guess someone's not keeping up in the news. To be fair, I slip up too, but that's a pretty big slip up, guys. And I think he had like a 3-year, like $40-something million contract. That's a pretty big slip up. That changes the whole draft. So for everybody's sake, well, actually, no, didn't the Texans took offensive lineman. You know what? We're going to give this guy the benefit of the doubt. We're going to swap these two. We're going to say the Vikings get Derek Stingley, which would be a good move. And then Texans get Jermaine Johnson. But we'll still talk about Texans getting Derek Stingley here. I think that's great. I know cover 2 doesn't exactly need maximum effort put into getting the best corners because, again, it's more of a minimal role. But when you can get someone like Derek Stingley, again, you don't run cover 2 every single play. You run different sub packages. You run all types of different formations. Derek Stingley is going to be a baller. And I think that if he gets healthy, which his team can honestly give him some time to do, this is going to be an A+ move. You're getting a chance of a number 1 overall player at 13. You just need to take it. Number 14, the Ravens getting Jordan Davis. I love it. I don't even care that Brandon Williams, which, yes, I now know it's a 3-year contract. Wait, not Brandon Williams. Oh, my God. Michael Pierce. Michael Pierce got a 3-year contract. I don't care. I really can't. I think Jordan Davis could play a 3-tech if he wants to as well, which would be insane. Can you imagine that? Michael Pierce and Jordan Davis? Oh, my Lord. I don't think that he's a 2-down player. I think that Jordan Davis got his ass in shape, and as somebody who's been obese and got down into shape, it takes a lot of freaking effort. So big tip of my cap to Jordan Davis. Like, I absolutely admire that type of effort because I was really curious as to whether he would actually do anything like that coming up towards the combine. Eagles, Trent McDuffie. Scheme fits. Honestly, I hope they go after more of a veteran corner, though, at this point. Devontae Wyatt, I've said this. I think that with Javon Hargrave, with Milton Williams, as well as now Fletcher Cox, it's a little bit of an overload, and I honestly don't think Devontae Wyatt is as good as people are saying he is. I mean, I'm saying he's not as good as Christian Barmore was last year, and Christian Barmore went into the second. I still think Devontae Wyatt's really good, and again, I do know Fletcher, as well as, if I'm not mistaken, Javon Hargrave are there for a year or more. It could be a really good move. And I wouldn't be mad at it. It's just like there are other positions I would probably target. Number 17, the Chargers going Chris Olave. I think that's a phenomenal move. You add him as a wide receiver 3, and that's where he's going to make a huge impact. I do think he's very similar to Keenan Allen. And you know what? Since Keenan Allen is going to be getting up there in age, he's going to start regressing. And Chris Olave then could get enough experience and mentorship to be able to take over that role perfectly. Huge fan of that move personally. Number 18, Saints getting Kenny Pickett. Why? Why does this feel so similar to the Daniel Jeremiah mock? I swear. He watched it. He's like, oh, I'll switch these couple picks and make it a little bit more spicy. Kenny Pickett is a day 1 starter with no ceiling. I'm sorry. His ceiling is Derek Carr. And Derek Carr is a solid quarterback, but he is, as everybody knows, he is the worst quarterback in his division. It doesn't matter how good of a team you have. If Derek Carr is there, you are really going to have to build a super team to make it competitive in that division. I just don't get this love for Kenny Pickett. And you watch him play and his demeanor, you watch how Malik Willis is just cheering on his teammates hell yeah. And his big ass smile, that charisma, awesome. You look at Kenny Pickett and I swear to God, he looks like a frat dude who has a freaking 40 in his back pocket. I swear to God, he just doesn't look like a guy who I would want to be led by. And is that actual football reasoning? Not exactly, but it's the reasoning that we don't get to see in the scouting world is really what's behind the scenes with the personality. And I just really don't think Kenny Pickett is all that. I really don't. And I think this would be a bad move for the Saints. I think I think Malik Willis is still on the board, by the way. you really want to take a guy with a super ceiling. If it busts out, who cares? You're in a division with Tom Brady, who's going to retire in a couple of years. Pray. I mean, right, pray. Then we don't even have Matt Ryan anymore. You have Marcus Mariota. And in this draft, that's it. Marcus Mariota. And then Sam Darnold. You don't even have another quarterback there. It is okay to take a shot when everybody else is crap. This is just complete complacency. That's it. Eagles getting Treylon Burks. I still think that would be a phenomenal move. Big ass target. Really good after the catch as well. Good at the catch point. I love it. Steelers getting Malik Willis would be a big plus. I feel like he kind of forced Malik over to the Steelers. Patriots going Jameson Williams here, getting a good deep threat. Why this feels very similar to, I mean, at least it's not Boye Mafe right here. But like right here, this feels very similar to the DJ mock. But getting a good deep threat is honestly something that would be a good impact for Mac Jones. And actually, funnily enough, I actually got called out on a video, I think it got released yesterday, about like terrible takes on Mac Jones. It was one of my articles. And it was talking about how he has good arms, good throw power, but not good arm, but like only solid arm strength. And I don't really know how that's a bad thing. It's not like Mac Jones is throwing at 1 billion miles an hour. Like he has solid arm strength, like good enough, requisite. I don't know. I don't get it. I didn't say that he was like complete crap, but it's okay. I love the shout out. Even if it's for the bad reason, it's just still funny to know that my name popped up there. But next, Jahan Dotson to the Packers. I totally agree with everybody now that Jahan Dotson doesn't feel like a Packers receiver. They're going for like at least like 8.9 RAS scores, and Jahan Dotson somehow got a 5.6. I thought it was higher, honestly, and that kind of sucks, but I hope the Packers go out of their mold, because they're going out of their mold of not drafting a receiver in the first round. Jahan Dotson's my number 3 receiver. I love him to death. Cardinals game Boye Mafe. I would cry. I would absolutely cry. No. I mean, again, I'm going to have an edge rankings list coming out soon, but no. No. Cowboys Karlaftis. God. Not this pick. I love Karlaftis, and I think that Randy Gregory being gone is a great spot for Karlaftis to step in. I love the idea of Micah Parsons being put down there at edge, but I do know that the linebacker role that he can kind of play, that Nakobe Dean edge rusher linebacker role, is the best fit for him in the long run. He was almost the defensive player of the year. Just because you want to put him at edge doesn't mean that it's going to work out better. If it's not broken, don't fix it. And it's not just not broken. It's performing like a fucking Ferrari. Let him stick to that role. Put George Karlaftis in here. My number 3 graded edge, which my number 2 graded edge in the class, funnily enough. But my number 3 edge, I love him to death. And I really do think he's getting heavily underrated at this point. If he goes in the top 10, I'm going to be so happy for him. Bills getting Kenyon Green. I don't see it happening. Roger Saffold got brought over there to the Bills, and none of their tackle spots are open. I just don't see how Kenyon Green really makes this team that much better. And they brought back their center as well, and Mitch Morse. I kind of forgot who's over there on that other guard side. So that's 100% on me, but I really don't think Kenyon Green would be the piece you're looking for. This is pretty ballsy, but I would rather have Breece Hall in the first round to the Bills as a final piece than Kenyon Green. I just don't think Kenyon Green's going to make that big of an impact if he's not a tackle. I absolutely hate him as a guard, to be honest with you, compared to how highly I think of him as a tackle. And this team doesn't need one. Devin Lloyd to the Titans. Okay. Super boring, but sure. Then you got the Buccaneers going Zion Johnson. Honestly, the Titans also need some more offensive line, but this is a great move. Center and guard hybrid. I'd be a big fan of it. David Ojabo to the Packers. I don't think he passes 29 if he falls there, or 30. Okay, whoop-de-doo. But yeah, David Ojabo to the Packers is an amazing fit. Hyper athlete that is going to be a big time contributor, also from Michigan. It just lines up with what they did with Rashawn Gary. 29, the Chiefs going Andrew Booth. I think that would be a pretty solid one. I think Charvarius Ward is gone from the team, so pretty sure I'm bugging. I think Charvarius Ward was on this team and went to the Niners. I'm making sure I didn't get that backwards. But yeah, I should have probably read, right? This is my problem. In school, I swear to God, most of the problems I always have is because I just don't read. And it's like I just try to get right into the solution. Yeah. They're replacing Charvarius Ward. Andrew Booth would be a great option at that. And then you got Arnold Ebiketie here for the Chiefs. I wouldn't mind it. He has a first-round grade for me. And this is where I can see Boye Mafe succeeding, though. Like, it's a spot where the expectations for an edge rusher aren't very high. But hey, Arnold Ebiketti's going to be a great day one impact. Then you get Bengals getting Kyer Elam. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that one as well. He's my number 3 corner, and I just think that he's an absolute lockdown beast. And then number 32, Lions going Nakobe Dean. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Nakobe Dean, and he's definitely making it into my top 15. So that is going to be the video, guys. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys do stick along. Again, kind of feels like a copycat draft of Daniel Jeremiah with some more stupid picks. That's okay. That's okay. I know that we all make some really bad decisions, including myself. So maybe we'll go back and do a mock the mock of one of my own one of these days. Makes kind of sense for me to do that. But hey, we'll see that in time. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys on the far side. Peace.